face up, I'm here to win it. It's for my city, and the team coming with me. Headed for the championship, even if the road is long. Legends pave the way for us. Legends, nothing in this world can take it from us. Don't underestimate our generation when you see us coming for ya. And when you knock me down, I'm getting back up. Cause when I step on the floor, you know your time's up. I'm on my way. Detroit basketball.
Hey, y'all heard it. Detroit basketball.
This guy.
What is going on, King? How you feeling, bro?
Man, I'm feeling great. To beat the Pistons, beat the Knicks for the third time this year.
Man, so look, we're going to get into all that. Everybody, welcome back to another episode of the King and Deuce Show. Yes, you got a joint show tonight from your boys after this crazy game we are going to get into. So hope everybody's having a good Thursday night in snowy, Michigan in mid-April. Gotta love it, man. Good old Michigan. But getting back to this game. So tonight, the Pistons faced off against the New York Knicks in a preview of what looks to be more and more like their first round playoff opponent. And tonight, they actually, for the third time, like King said, beat the New York Knicks 115-106, this time at home, and are now up one game to none against it. I mean, this is not the playoffs yet, right? Got a playoff feel to it, but ain't the playoffs quite yet. Bro, we're so close to the playoffs, and it feels like a playoff game. Like, I had to keep telling myself throughout the game, like, this is not a playoff game, not a playoff game, not yet. But it felt like it. It felt like it for sure. So we are going to break this all the way down. They are now 44-36 on the season. 2 more games left against the Bucks. We're going to get to that too. Tobias returned tonight, and he was missed. Was he not missed in this game, King?
Yeah, definitely was missed.
Man, we are going to get into all that because he is looking to be in peak Tobias Harris form. We'll get to that. For the Knicks, OG Anunoby and Josh Hart were also out for this game with a right thumb sprain and runner's knee, whatever that means. But they were not available in this game, and that's something to keep in mind if you're a Pistons fan. So before we get into this game, there was, Slam Online. Tonight was Slam Online night at LCA. And basically what that is basically paying homage to all of Pistons players that have been featured on the Slam magazine. Here are a few of them here. My favorite, personally, is the one with, ironically enough, Darko, Ben, Chauncey, and Rip. Everybody thought Darko was going to be the next Paul Gasol. But this was paying homage to those guys. You see Chauncey on there multiple times. You see Stag, Ben Wallace, obviously. And our dog, Kate, who just made his second appearance on Slam, on the Slam magazine cover. So shout out to all those guys. And shout out to Eric Vincent for sending me those photos, giving me those flicks from inside LCA and being able to share that with us so we can share these with you guys. So, King, with all that being said, bro, thoughts on this game? I'm going to let you go first. Yeah, go ahead and clear your throat.
Throat. Is that in my throat, man? I don't know what that is.
Hold on. Should I read it? You want to read it?
I got it. Hasselhoff, the top rolling off, Jared Goff. Pistons in 5.
Pistons in 5. Oh my Lord! Hey, that's a pretty good one. I think I messed with that one. That was one of your better ones. Yeah, this is definitely a fun game. So, is that literal for you? Pistons in 5, literal, or are you just kind of being tongue in cheek?
Out of Pistons in 5. I think Kate is going to continue to destroy them like they did tonight. I think Durant's going to continue to destroy them like you've seen tonight. They are not a physical team. The only way that the Knicks can beat you is they outshoot you. And the Pistons did a good job of trying to keep it at their pace. They allowed a couple of threes. They didn't play the best defensive game on the perimeter, but yeah, still enough. Shout out to William McGregor. I got the $5 Cash App that you sent me, by the way. And shout out to you too, Dominique, as always, man. I appreciate you guys for
sure. All day long. Did William have a comment, or did he just have a donation?
You got a comment.
Okay. Oh yeah, let's get the comment in there. Let's go, King, says William McGregor. Tried to copy our style. Holland was legit, and Stu has rent in Cat's head. You want to start there? We can start wherever you want.
We can start right there, man.
Okay.
It's, like I said, cat is a cat. That's what
Take
it
off.
is. Ain't no
Take off.
What happens when you throw a cat in a dog pile?
Right?
Man, so
Facts.
it's not like physicality, man.
Yeah.
Tonight, I thought he would have more 3-point attempts. He get a little bit loose. Stu was, doing a little bit of playing a little bit of bonehead defense, man, on those pick and rolls that allow him to get open a few times. But like I said, you can't be biting like that and allowing him to score. But this is not the playoffs. Tonight, defensively, you can just tell it's not the playoffs yet.
It's not yet.
Yeah, playoff defense it's a totally different ball game.
Yeah.
And I think the Pistons will take it to another level when the time is, obviously right. So
I think like what we saw tonight, not to cut you off, sorry, but I think like what we saw tonight was an uptick in what we've seen the last week and a half. Because you kind of seen the Pistons kind of just coasting and getting guys rest and things like that. The lineups were kind of shuffled. So I think we saw an uptick from that. But to your point, we're not there yet, full tilt.
Yeah. This is getting to gear. That's what it is. That's what we're trying to do right now. We're trying to get into gear. Like I said, we kind of played dominoes with a couple of guys towards the end of the season, giving them some rest, whether you want to call them injuries or not, but giving them some rest.
Yeah.
So we got to get everything clicking back on all cylinders. And obviously the next 2 games definitely give us the opportunity to do that before we get to the playoffs. But tonight, it was enough. It was enough to beat the Knicks because the Knicks are the Knicks, and we're going to beat them in 5.
5 games, bro. Okay. I mean, I'm not mad at the 5, but I'll just say the Pistons were out of rhythm, but they ended up winning. So don't touch Cade. He's sizzling. Pistons in 7. That's what I'm gonna go with.
You going 7?
I'm going 7, bro. I'm giving the Knicks that much credit because of who they didn't have available, bro. Josh Hart didn't play. OG and Anunoby didn't play.
I mean, how many?
I'm considering that.
I mean, you had guys that filled in just for them that shot the ball well, just like they would if they were playing. At the end of the day, whether you got players or not, it's just the amount of points that's put up in the game. Brunson, obviously, still to me is not healthy. Obviously, that's going to be a problem for them. But picking up 7 games, that's tough for me to even swallow.
I think you got to give him credit, man. They've been there before. They got playoff experience.
LeBron James, man, nobody's scared.
He ain't nowhere near, bro. But he's a Tim Hardaway Jr. type player. Like he's a tool guy. He does a lot of things for them defensively, bro. Defensively, that I think gets overlooked.
Who he stopping?
He ain't stopping nobody. He definitely stopping Cade. He's not stopping anybody, but he's a disruptor. He's a disruptor, and he's a good rebounder for his size. So like I'm not discounting those guys not playing, and I'm not discounting the fact that they've been there before. They got experience. Listen, man, at this point, I'm not taking anything from my team. Like I don't think that they should just be happy with being here. You know what I'm saying? But and I think they're going to advance. I just think things like experience play a factor. Things like, home court advantage can play a factor. Even though the Pistons are road warriors, you get the whistle more so at home. We saw that, we see that a lot. So I think those things are going to factor in, but I do think the Pistons are still going to win the series.
Yeah, I think, like I say, they got some experience, but we got a whole lot of experience. We got some championship caliber players on our team too.
Yes, that's true.
We have some experience on our teams too. So it's not just going to be a bunch of, kids out there running around. You're going to see those veterans in the playoffs show up.
Yeah, that's true.
I think is going to carry the Pistons over. But to me, again, I just don't think Bronson got enough for them to take us 7 games.
Nah. Okay.
Cat, who is an avid fouler in the playoffs,
man. So let's break it down, bro. Like let's get into. I'll tell you what I was seeing tonight. Like just off rip, I can't wait to see these 2 teams in the playoffs. The runs, the back and forth. Just how they were taking blow for blow, going blow for blow. It was a very physical game. Yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun watching these 2 teams go at it. And I'm really looking forward to seeing, 5 to 7 games of this in the playoff series. But the Pistons do have some things that they have to clean up, bro. Like I was watching how the Knicks play offensively. They have a lot of player movement. off ball movement. Pistons got caught sleeping a few times. You know what I'm saying? So they have to watch for that. And for me, it's two guys in this series. I know I just mentioned Anunoby and Josh Hart, but it's two guys in the series who I think could be a factor for the Knicks that could potentially push it to 7. And Deuce McBride and Precious Achiuwa. Those two guys are impactful players. McBride is a bucket. He's a bucket. And when you got guys like Asar on you, it's a little bit different, right? But we saw that tonight. But he's a good player. And Precious Achiuwa kind of is like their version of Isaiah Stewart in a way, in how he plays the game, and how he's just impactful, can shoot the ball, can play good defense, athletic, you know what I mean, can move his feet well, protect the rim. So like I see a lot of similarities with these two teams. But I do think at the end of the day, the Pistons' depth and their just overall will is what's going to propel them to win the series. So I'm not mad at you for saying like 5 or 6. I just wouldn't be surprised if it would go 7.
Yeah, I'm putting it all on Cade.
Man, you want to get to Cade? Go ahead.
Cade for the Garden, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, and if anybody wants to make themselves known at a further level in the league, and say as far as the playoffs, I go to the Garden and I absolutely go bananas.
That's Zerk.
If anybody can do that, it's Cade, bro.
Man,
Cade has the mentality, he has the drive to do it. And like I said, I just don't see nobody on that team that's gonna slow him down enough to stop him. Bro. So if you like I said, this is what's gonna happen. This game right here is important because Cade went off. They're gonna come in the playoffs. They're gonna try to find ways to double team Cade,
blitz him,
and Tim Hardaway Jr. and Beasley are gonna absolutely destroy him. That's what's gonna happen to the Knicks.
That's facts. Yeah, that's facts.
Like I said, I expect Cade to have a big series, man, against these Knicks. I think we're gonna make his presence felt in the league in his first round of the playoffs.
Cade tonight, bro, looked like a mixture of Kawhi Leonard and Chris Paul. Like automatic in that mid-range, net not moving on his jumper, and then also just getting other guys involved. You know what I'm saying? Like he did a little bit of everything. He literally put the team on his back tonight. Just put him on his back. And with him, like, that's why he's a superstar to me. Because he played winning basketball in every phase of the game. He has a great sense of flow, right? And understanding when to adjust his game to what his team needs when the game kind of calls for that. The Pistons can't score. He's going to get to his spots and score. Pistons are out of rhythm. He's going to get them involved. If they're on the break, he's going to sprint just in case a teammate misses and convert and fall in the process when it doesn't go in and put it in. Like he does everything. When they get too hot with the officials, like Ron Holland did, he pulls them to the side and talks to the ref himself. When his teammate commits a bad foul, he's pulling him to the side and talking to him. Like everything that you want to see a leader do mentally and physically on the court, he does it, bro. He's just a winning basketball player. He's a winning basketball player. That's why he went number 1. We're seeing why he went number 1 because of how many intangibles and tangible things he can bring to you in a game.
I'm going to put my coach's eyes on for a minute. For what I saw from the beginning of the game, got to give a lot of credit to his teammates at the beginning of the game because Jalen Duren immediately in the beginning of the game is the reason why Cade had a lot of that freedom he had tonight. They immediately wanted to try to stop them in the paint because Duren was dunking all over everybody. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And when he dunks hard, they get out the way.
Yeah. He sets that tone. Exactly.
The tone. And it allowed Cade to be able to roam around and move around freely because, like I said, you double Cade, you're going to die. Duren's going to kill the game. Yep. And then we're going to open up the floor for Beasley, Tim Hardaway Jr. We don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So they tried to play as true. And it didn't work out for them. They shot the ball well. They were hot. They were on fire. They shot the ball extremely well, especially in the first half. Yeah. But it still was not enough. Why? Guys like Karl Anthony Towns just couldn't handle the physicality. 7 turnovers tonight for him. You know what I'm saying? Foul trouble. him early in the game. Brunson goes out of the game momentarily. So the physicality is what the Knicks can't handle. That's
right.
What they cannot handle. So, like I said, the Pistons keep playing that way. Obviously, we're going to play a little bit harder in the playoffs. It's going to be interesting to see how they respond because guys like Cat, man, I mean, we watched the playoff series with the Timberwolves, and what was the main thing that Anthony Edwards was barking at him about? Stop fouling.
Stop fouling with your hands. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just who he is. He's not going to change. You know, so Pistons go at him. Isaiah Stewart continue to go at him. He wants no parts of Isaiah Stewart, bro. Yep. So have it.
Nah, not at all. Let's look at a few stat lines about guys we've looked at already. So we talked about K, right? He had 36 points, bro. 8 assists, 2 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block, 4 turnovers, 2-to-1 ratio, whatever. 16 to 24 shooting, 2 of 5 from 3, 2 of 4 from the line, like and 30. Like, you know, he literally, those are superstar numbers, and that's superstar impact. JD, we talked about it. We talked about JD. And I have more to say about JD, but tonight, 18 points, bro. 13 boards. Another double-double. 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 3 turnovers. 9 for 9 from the field.
You got to count also, he could have played more, but Isaiah Stewart was playing so well against Cat later in the game that Duran got to sit a little bit longer.
Right. So he ended up, like you said, only playing. He did all that in 26 minutes, bro.
Yeah.
So both of them played well. And I like when you see that balance sometimes. When you see both your big men kind of spreading it out when they're both playing well. And it's like, man, I know you rolling, but he rolling right now too. Let him go. That's what you want. When you have a deep team, you can do that. So, like, I got to give JD a lot of credit. And I've been doing it all year. But I'm going to say it again. A lot of people owe Jalen Duran an apology. You think about where he came from to start the season, and you look at where he is now, and you look at what was being said then and was not being said now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people owe this man an apology, bro. Tonight, he brought what we all wanted to see all year, just the mentality. But we all knew the talent was there. It was just a matter of bringing the mentality every single night. And tonight, he was licking his, like, he smelled blood in the water. You could tell he smelled blood in the water when he saw Cat on the other side, bro. And like you mentioned, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish your point.
I was just saying, like you mentioned, I think he scored the first 6 points on 3 dunks. Yeah. Right? Yep. He had 8 in the first quarter. So he was just, like you said, he was looking to dominate. He had that look in his eyes. You could see it early. He was like, yeah, I'm going to work tonight. Barbecue chicken tonight. He can't guard me. So, like you mentioned, the physicality that both he and Stu bring is going to be frustrating and overwhelming over a series for a guy like Cat. So, yeah, I got to give JD, once again, a ton of credit just for his progression, like offensively, defensively, and then just up here mentally, just bringing that mentality, that dog, that I'm going to take advantage of my matchup every night. Love it. Love to see it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like I said, it's another thing I noticed tonight. K did get, even though he got in foul trouble because he was just being handsy for no reason tonight.
Yeah, he was early for sure.
Oh God.
And a few of them he was arguing like, bro, you know that's a foul. Okay, come on now. You know that's a foul, bro.
Tonight. But he got a fair whistle on the other end tonight. And this is what a lot of us fans was mad about because these are the type of numbers you'll see from K if he gets a fair whistle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Good point. Guys like SGA gets these type of whistles, and that's why he gets those type of games. K, if he had this fair whistle from the beginning of the season, we having a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
Because he averages more points. You know what I'm saying? So you had a example of that tonight. If they give us a fair shake as far as officiating, Cade is unstoppable, man.
Right. And even with that, he still only shot 4 free throws.
Yeah.
It felt like he shot more. I think he got some fouls that weren't shooting fouls, so he got it in that sense. But he still only shot 4 free throws. So, like, if he continues to attack, if he needs to, like you're saying, he can get double digits if he continues to get a fair whistle, like we're saying. That's all we asking for.
Give me 10 free throws a game. I'll take that.
Easy. Easy.
So, I mean, yeah, I just felt like tonight, the officiating was fair on both sides of the basketball. And that's why I was screaming at the TV at the Pistons, because they was playing a little bit lazy on that perimeter.
I agree.
On that perimeter.
No, you're right.
Guys open, guys on this side of the court, watching this side of the court, forgetting about the guy behind them. I'm like, come on, man. Baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
At the same time, I'm gonna get on the Pistons as while we celebrate them.
Of course. Yeah, got to call both sides. The officiating was like it was fair in the sense that there were some missed on both sides. You know what I'm saying? There was one on McBride on Cade where he fouled him twice going to the hoop, and Cade pulled up for the shot. And you can tell when it's a foul, like it's a blatant foul, and they don't call it. But JD goes up and pursues the ball anyway. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And grabs the board, takes an elbow to the face as he's grabbing the board, turns around and throws it down. Yeah. No call, but just the persistence. Just the persistence, bro, is what I love to see. I love to see that, man.
And then that flop call was terrible. Yeah, that was horrible.
Oh my God, bro. Yeah. I got a question for you before we go any further. Who is more of a travel merchant? I was thinking about this during the game. Who's more of a travel merchant, or not travel, but a foul merchant between Trae Young, Shea, and Jalen Brunson?
Jalen Brunson is smart. He's smart. I got to give it to him. Smart. He know how to use his
sneaky.
Size. Yeah,
he's sneaky.
His size allows him to, if you get off the floor, it's a wrap.
Yes.
But he knows how to use his size. SGA is a merchant, bro. A flat out merchant, bro. He is literally looking for fouls out there.
Grabbing you, bro, and then pulling you in and bouncing off like you did something.
The guard version of Joel Embiid is what he is. It's terrible.
Yeah.
But Jalen Brunson is smart, man. If you
he's a smart player.
Yeah, he'll get you.
Yeah, he takes advantage. He manipulates and understands how to, use it to his advantage. So whatever. But okay, let's go to THJ for a minute, bro, and talk about him. I want to get through the starters real quick. So THJ tonight, he had 10 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 4 of 7 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, 27 minutes. So thoughts on THJ from you, bro?
Just quiet night for him. You know what I'm saying? He had some opportunities out there, and when he did, he knocked some shots down. Yeah. But like I said, they were doing a good job on him and Beasley, trying to make sure that they kept a man stuck to him. Mm-hmm. So, good job on the Knicks' behalf. But yeah, THJ had a pretty decent game tonight. When he had opportunities, he made the best of them.
That's how I felt. I felt like, because in the playoffs, we're not going to see a bunch of flashy. We're going to see more of the same from THJ that we've seen in the regular season. Mm-hmm. Just more so, hopefully taking just all of those different things to just a little bit more of a higher level. You know what I mean? Like just shooting a little bit of a higher percentage from deep. Yeah. Drawing more charges, playing better positional defense, communicating more different. You know what I'm saying? Like those are the things you're going to see from THJ. He's going to play the same way, but just hopefully at a higher level, doing all the things that he does just a little bit better, because he's just that consistent type of player on your team and your rotation and your starting lineup that's just going to do what he does, but just do it a little bit better. It's nothing going to be unpredictable from game 1 to game 2. Like he's going to be the same guy. So that's what I like about him, and just the steadying presence that he is. You know what you're going to get from THJ. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
100% effort. That's it.
100%. 100%.
It's not just threes. He took it to the basket a couple times tonight. He played in the mid range for a minute. So
that's facts. That's facts. Let's go with Sar. And this was an interesting stat line. I'm looking at it now for the first time. This is an interesting stat line compared to what I thought I saw, and that's a good thing for me. So he had 3 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 blocks, 1 turnover, 0 of 4 from the field, didn't shoot a 3, 3 or 4 from the free throw line in 21 minutes. What are your thoughts on Asar tonight?
I know a lot of Sar fans probably ain't gonna like what I'm about to say.
Talk about it.
I didn't even realize he was playing tonight. I didn't even realize he was playing. Ron Holland stuck out so much.
We gonna get to, I know. Yeah, we gonna get to Ron, and for sure. So for me with Asar, I thought he had a lot more tangible numbers than this. I didn't realize he didn't knock down a shot at all and only had 3 points. He was quiet for sure, but it's just his defense, bro. Like he didn't play well offensively at all, but his defensive presence, man, just how he's able to just disrupt. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a play when Deuce McBride was being guarded by Bees, and he put it in, and McBride caught him leaning a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But when the switch came, they switched and went back. When Asar showed, he knocked the ball away and then went back. Like just the little, and that took a few seconds off the shot clock to make things a little bit easier for Bees. You got to defend a couple seconds less. You know what I'm saying? Like those are the things that Asar does that he was doing tonight. Like making it tough for McBride at the hoop. That McBride, a shot he would probably make on a really nice move that he made. You know what I mean? Like just the presence makes it easier for, that's why I call him the defensive backbone. Because he just does so many things here and there to cover up mistakes or to make it easier for this guy or that guy in this situation. So yeah, like I'm not really bothered by how he looked offensively tonight. He didn't play well, didn't really get a lot of shots. He's still finding his way offensively. But defensively, just what he provides, I like it. It's just he makes things uncomfortable for the opposition.
Yeah. Like I said, what he provide for the team, obviously we do need. I just didn't notice him tonight.
I feel you. Yeah. I ain't mad at you. Let's go Tobias. And like we said, he was missed for sure. All right, he had 17 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 4 turnovers, 5 for 9 from the field, 3 for 5 from 3, 4 for 4 from the free throw line, and 28. So I can lead off with Tobias, man. I think right now we're seeing the Tobias Harris that we were all hoping we were going to see when he signed here. His jumper looks as good as it's looked all year right now to me. Like, dare I say he's consistently knocking down corner threes, King.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we have not been able to say that all year. That has been the black mark on his campaign this year, is just not being able to knock down shots, especially from that corner. So, but now he just looks like he's shooting the ball with more confidence. You see that rhythm. He's got that bounce now to his shot. He just looks to be in rhythm. So, and then defensively, getting the passing lanes and getting steals. Like, he's just doing a lot of different things now that I think experience has kind of helped him with, and being in playoff series, like you said, being in playoff series, having been there and really stepping his game up right now, bro. Like I'm really impressed with and I'm really happy to see that he is hitting his stride right now at this point in the season.
Yeah, like I said, for about the last 2 months, he's been, pretty much just giving us some consistency, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
Like I said, just having him back tonight was big for the Pistons. He went out there and did what he's supposed to do.
He did his thing.
Doing the ball so much, though, Tobias. Those turnovers.
It wasn't that bad. I know he was trying to create, but I'm okay with it.
Pass the ball, Tobias. You're too long and stiff. He can't bend down his knees to save his life, man. So,
you thought he was going to blow another tire?
He was tired, man. So, no. Tobias did his thing tonight, man.
He did. Yeah, 3 or 5 for 3, man. I'll take that. His shot is really starting to fall. Yeah, good game from him for sure. I got a couple chats want to get in here. Stock market crash. William McGregor said stock market crash. Cade Cash person ass T5. Hey, we should have a contest to see who can come up with the best one. That's a pretty good one right there, though. So I got the sizzling one. You got yours. The Natasha Romanov one. We got William with his right here. So let's see what else we come up with. And then Daryl, my dog. Appreciate you as always, brother. Yes, sir, man. Let me know your thoughts on this game tonight, Daryl. For sure. I want to know what you thought. Let's keep it moving, bro. Let's go to the bench, man. We had some contributions tonight from our bench that was good to see. Not too many, but the ones that we did get were important. So let's start with the guy you talked about. Let's start with Ron Holland.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So he had
game.
13 points, 5 rebounds, a block, 6 for 11 from the field, 1 or 2 from 3 in 22 minutes. Go.
The most impressive part, as always, is when I see him attack the basket the way he did.
Yeah.
Because that right there makes him a total different player.
Facts.
We know you're going to steal the ball. We know you're going to be a pest on defense in general. But on offense, you shot a confident three-pointer and knocked it down today. You was attacking the basket, getting and ones. They don't want to guard you attacking the basket. I don't know if he realizes he's as big as he is. But he's so athletic, man.
Yeah.
It makes him tough to guard when he's attacking the basket. And you got an example of that.
Yep. Yeah. We got one with Ron, bro.
Yeah.
We got one with Ron. Trajan got a gamer with Ron Holland, bro. He is it seems like he's the kind of player that as we get closer and closer to the playoffs, he's going to look to up his game more and more and more, and he's going to become reliable in his role. Like he just is ready. You can see he's not phased. He's not phased by anything, bro. Like he's just ready to go hoop. You listen to him in post game, they say, LeBron, what was it that it could have been Eric Business asking, what was it that you had going on tonight? What was it that you saw on the floor? And he just was like, I was just hooping for real. You know what I mean? Like he's just so nonchalant. Like he's just a baller. He just knows how to play the game at a pretty good level already as a rookie in the NBA. He looks ready. He doesn't look to be, deer in the headlights, like you said. When the lights get bright, he's ready to go. So I just love the fact we got a dog in him, man. And he makes, once again, those small, intangible plays, like when you see Cat, trying to get to the hoop and Stu, prevents him from scoring, and Cat tries to go get the offensive board, and Ron is right there. Nope, tap out. Like he's there to clear the glass. Like he's there to just make the right play. We got a bunch of guys that are willing to make the right play, and he's one of them. And this is going to be a really good team for a long time, bro. I know I'm trying to be. I'm not like just being positive about everybody, but it's so many positive things I'm seeing from all these young guys already, bro. That's really jumping off the screen. It's crazy. It's crazy, bro.
Shout out to Pops, man. Ron Holler Sr., man.
Senior, bro.
Obviously, we know where he got that dog from.
Yeah.
That dog is in him. He ain't scared of nothing out there. That's the Pistons way. You ain't scared of nothing when you on the court, man. So,
yep.
Ron, man.
I will say, though, Ron, got to make sure you chill, bro. You got to make sure you chill because, like, it's kind of like with Stu. Like, part of who he is what causes him to get technical fouls and get into scuffles and things. That's just part of what comes with it, right? But in the playoffs, you just got to be careful with your technical fouls because points come with a premium in the playoffs, and you don't want to give any of them away. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to see K come over and, hey, chill, bro. I got this, kind of thing. But just be careful with that. That's the only thing I would say about Ron. Just, control that emotion. Same with Stu. Control the emotion. Make sure you harness it. Keep it in check. And you do that and keep that level of play, you good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm with you, bro. I love what I saw from Ron, man. He's a gamer, bro. I mean, he's a legit gamer. Trajan did his thing with that pick. I'll just leave it at that. Let's get to Malik, bro. Get to Malik Beasley, see what he did tonight. So he had 10 points, 2 assists, 1 rebound, 4 for 8 from the field, 27 minutes. He shot 0 3 from 3, 2 3 from the free throw line. Thoughts on Malik?
They was after him.
Yes.
They was after him. They know who one of the factors is.
Yep. And
they was after him tonight. They did not want Malik to get going shooting those threes because if he get to going, you can forget about it.
Yep.
They coming in bunches, bro. So they did an excellent job. Got to give props to the Knicks. They had a great game plan to slow Beasley down.
Yeah. They were sending both guys at him every time he was coming off screens. Like the trailer and the guy that was showing were both getting out on him. So yeah, like you said, they were ready for that. They were ready for that. And that's something the Pistons are going to have to be prepared for if they play them in the playoffs. Just trying to find ways to get him, to his spots if they try to blitz him, or just making sure that he knows what the next play is going to be out of that. The counter out of that is going to be. Those are the things that's going to be important, I think, for the Pistons. So guys like Stu, Ron, like you said, are going to be important in those situations and have to be ready for that. But he was okay. I mean, it was a quiet game overall, but he was a plus 14 overall. So It wasn't like he played bad. You know what I'm saying? He took what was there.
Him and Timmy, similar type games, man.
Yes.
They both quietly had 10, and that's just what it is.
Yeah. Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder had 8 points, 2 boards, 1 assist, 1 steal. 3 for 9 shooting, 0 for 2 from the 3-point line, 2 of 3 from the free throw line, 27 minutes.
I didn't care about them stats, man. The minute I'm gonna call this man Mr. Big Shot, bro. He always hit one big shot for us at the end.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, that's what you go and get him for. Those situations right there. We needed a bucket. He went and got it again. I mean, they were kind of on him as well.
Yeah.
Those 3 pointers, that 0 for 2 for 3-point, those some tough shots he
They
shot.
were.
Like I said, they're trying to shut the guards down, but like I said, it just wasn't enough for them to beat us tonight.
Schroeder made some effort plays too. I saw him diving on the floor a lot.
Yeah.
Not even just him, but Bees getting on the floor, fighting for a ball, clawing for a ball, going out, getting after it. So it was good to see Schroeder doing that too, just kind of buying into, and he's been in the playoffs before. He understands the environment too. So just getting into that mentality is good to see him bringing that mentality too. Baldwin says, appreciate you, Baldwin. Says, Ron Howard reminds me of a young Tony Allen. I would say Tony Allen.
He got a better
He's
game.
a little bigger than Tony, though. I mean, I understand the mental part. Go ahead. What do you think?
Offensively, his game will be way better.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Tony Allen's shoot like this.
Yeah, attacking the basket, man. Ron Holland is a total different player.
Yes.
Man, so,
good point. Yeah.
But defensively, I can see where you're coming from.
I think that's what he's kind of referring to.
Yeah.
Kind of being a lock. I can see him being a defensive lock. We see him, shutting guards down already when he comes to the game. But yeah, I think, like you said, offensively, he's going to he's a good finisher, man.
Good finisher.
It seems like every time he gets 2 feet in the paint, goes up. It doesn't matter really who's there. He finds a way to put that ball in the hoop. You know what I mean? Over and over and over again. Tough finishes, acrobatic finishes.
Yep.
He's just really good around the rim.
Mm-hmm.
And he's good at drawing fouls. Like he's going to be a lethal weapon for this team, especially if he continues to play in that role that he's in right now, which could be subject to change at some point, but we'll hold that for another day. All right. Let's get to Fontecchio. He had my bad, Manu.
Yeah.
Ain't that what you call him? What you call him, Manu?
Play tonight.
What you call him, Manu?
And
Manu Fontecchio. Ain't that what you call him?
When he make more than 1 3-pointer.
All right, so look. He had 0 points, 1 rebound, 0 assists, 0 steals, 0 blocks, 0 turnovers, 0 for 0 from the field, 0 for 0 from 3, no free throws in 6 minutes. I felt like he played 6 minutes because coach saw he wasn't going to be effective. Like, I felt like coach gave him a shot, or not even gave him a shot, but just inserted him into the game and saw he didn't make any impact. It was like this. Like, come here. Because he did not have any impact in this game, bro. Like, he was getting cardio again, just out there. I said last episode, it's just the impact part. It's not even like if you're not making shots. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mentioned this already. He didn't make shots, but at least he contributed and made an impact in some kind of way. But like with Fontecchio, he consistently just doesn't make an impact for me in the game. And it's just like he's just a body.
Listen, and I swear I'm not trying to be mean.
No, you don't.
He doesn't fit with this team.
That's who we was kind of saying that last stream.
Not fit with this team, bro. The dog ain't there. It's more boiled noodles than dog.
Come on, man.
It's fettuccine, like you're saying in the comments right now.
Man.
Dog there, bro.
And it's not like we're at the end of the season now. So I feel like enough time has kind of passed to kind of find your role. Because everybody else really has. Even the rookies. Even like our rookie has. You know what I'm saying? So like it just doesn't seem like it fits for me. You know what I'm saying? It's just not working for me. So I don't know how much he's gonna play. Don't be surprised if we see him not in the lineup and a guy like Lindy Waters or Lindy Waters or a guy like Bobby Clinton getting some minutes here and there.
Lindy Waters is a better option right now. I honestly believe that.
Yeah, I think he may be too, because he's had the opportunity to at least play. I think that's part of it too. And I think he's a better shooter.
Yes, that's why I said that.
And it's crazy to say that because I felt like coming into the season, Fontecchio was a shooter, but he just hasn't shown it. He's got a great looking shot, but it just doesn't fall.
Fontecchio fits on a garbage time team. We had last year. That's the type of team he fits on, bro.
So you think it was just the lack of talent that was here that kind of elevated his okay.
I don't think he fit. I know he don't fit with this team.
Yeah. That's an interesting way to look at it because our talent level has elevated a lot dramatically from last year. Obviously, look at the record, right? And look at the coach. But yeah, I definitely think you might be onto something with that because At first, I was just thinking, did he have a huge drop off? Because I couldn't figure out what a drop off was. I couldn't figure out what the difference was. So maybe it's what you're saying, and it's just that the talent level is kind of was dictating what we thought versus what really is. So you might be onto something with that. But yeah, tough game for Fontecchio, man. I'm not sure how much we're going to see him in the playoffs. I hope he can resurge, but as of right now, it ain't looking too good. Isaiah Stewart, the last guy we're going to get to. So Stu actually did not score this game. This is another game where another guy, where you look at the stat sheet and then you look at the impact and you're like, oh, okay, cool. It's a little bit different. And Stu was one of those guys. He didn't score, no points. He had 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 block, 2 turnovers. He missed his only shot. He missed his only 3 in 22 minutes. So you want to get started with Stu?
I think we can all agree that actually watch the game tonight. We don't care.
Exactly.
Stu did what he needed to do when he was out there on the court.
Bro.
And like I said, that block shot was a big block shot. You know what I'm saying? His presence against Cat caused 7 turnovers tonight from Cat.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, I don't care about how many points, how cute the stat sheet look. Go out there and be an impact. You just said it about Fontecchio. Be impactful if you're not going to score. Well, Stu was that for us tonight. So I have nothing negative to say.
Do you remember just last night or the night I came our days run together when we were talking about who was going to be the X factor in this series? Who I said?
Oh, yes, Stu.
Isaiah Stewart. Because of the impact that I thought he was going to have on Cat, bro. But everything you just said is why I thought he's going to be an X factor going into the playoffs against that team, against that guy. Because he's strong enough to guard him, to stay in front and to keep him from getting to the hoop at will. And he's quick enough to be able to move. Bro, the way he was moving his feet, bro. Like, first of all, his reflexes of being able to move and react as soon as he feels Cat about to make his, like, that alone. But then also having the physical foot speed to be able to stay in front and physicality and strength to be able to not get bullied. Because Cat is used to being able to barrel his way to the basket, bro. Or being able to go right by his guy and get to the basket. One or the other with Cat usually. One or the other. But Stu, you can't really do either. Because Stu can match you step for step. And he's just as strong. So that's why he frustrates him over and over again.
Now, I wanted to highlight this about Stu because I noticed it during the game.
Mm-hmm.
He had some moments out there where he could have been Stu. But he didn't. He put his hands up. He walked away. I think somebody got in his ear, said, look, we're going to the playoffs. We got to tone it down with the texts and the ejections because he had some situations out there he really could have got set off.
That's very true.
I'm saying so. Shout out to Stu. Shout out to Stu for not popping off tonight, but still being a dog. I say when he threw that shot out of bounds, bro, he just walked down the court like ain't nothing happened.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? It's just regular for him now, and that's what you want him to be.
And I think we all know Stu is a team guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He doesn't want to do anything to hurt the team. And I think I don't have any intel on this, but I think when he got suspended, he saw how much the team needed him. He saw the lack of resistance at the rim when he wasn't in the game. And I think that may have bothered him. So I think he understands now, if he didn't before, just how important he is to this team, especially in the playoff run when physicality picks up, and we need that even more. So to your point, again, like you have to give him credit for showing that maturation in his game mentally and not allowing himself to become something that really is a detriment to the team.
Right. Man. So yeah, like I said, man, Stu does what he does. You know what I'm saying? Totally agree with this, Phil. Totally agree,
man.
For the year,
absolutely. I keep hearing Kenny Atkinson and things like that, and I understand it, but like I said before, bro, nobody thought Cleveland was going to be trash this year. They still got their 4 All-Stars on that team. Like, so not taking anything away from the way he has changed the way they play, but it's easy to change the way a team plays and still be successful when you have 4 All-Stars. It's easier than to do what JB is doing with only 1. And that, which happened this year. You know what I'm saying? First time All-Star. In part, to some extent to JB and his coaching ability and getting the best out of guys like Cade. Like, to me, it's no question about it. It's no question about it. And then looking at what happened last year to where we are now, tripling the win total, it's just so many things that point in the direction. Guys breaking records, Beasley having a resurgent career, guys, rookies like Howland having an impact. Like everything that we've seen from this team, in some way, shape, or form, you got to point to JB and say he had an imprint on that.
Right.
In some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And he deserves that award for sure for that. Yeah, Dwayne says the Cavs were nice last year, 100%. Yeah, they were a good team last year. He just made a good team better. And congratulations to him. Mm-hmm. But JB took a historically bad team and made them good in one season.
Good.
Yes, 3 times, right. 3 times is good in one season. So 100% he deserves that award. 100%.
Coach of the year.
Man, so with that, I think the Bucks played tonight, didn't they? The Bucks. We got some standings to look at. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the standings up, and we're going to take a quick look at that because I think it's getting closer and closer to a point where the Pistons are going to be solidified in their positioning in the Eastern Conference. So let me go ahead and share this. We can take a look at it. But I do think that we're not going to change. I don't think anything is going to change as far as the standings. I think it's going to be just how it is. So here we go. So the Pistons right now are at 44-36. They are a game and a half back currently of the Bucks, but I think the Bucks are actually playing the Pelicans tonight. I don't know if they won that game. If anybody in the chat knows, let us know. Let me see if I can check real quick now, because I think that game was close to being over. Actually, it is over. Yeah, so the Bucks won. Like I said, last night they're not going to lose to the Pelicans. They won by 25 tonight. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They won by 25 points. The Bucks are trying to win every game. They're trying to. They want the Pacers, bro. I'm telling you, they want the Pacers. So it's just like, I don't see that changing. I think it's going to be 4-5 Pacers, Bucks, Pistons, and Knicks, 3-6, and it's going to be a fun playoff to watch that first opening round. Who do you think wins that Bucks Pacers series, bro?
Pacers.
You got Pacers.
Pacers.
Okay.
Honestly,
why Pacers?
But Pacers, because like I said, they just have more firepower to be. The bench is deep. You know what I'm saying? They're consistent in the effort that they give. So, I mean, you took a big blow when you lost Damian Lillard this year.
Right.
The Bucks are still going to be tough to beat because they got Giannis and because they got guys like Portis and those dudes over there. But they're not the same team, and that's obvious. So, like I said, this is a team that's, fighting for positioning right now. But when it comes to those teams as the Celtics, the Cleveland Cavaliers, and the Pacers, I think I just think the Bucks don't match up. That's just me.
No, I feel you. I actually had the Bucks winning that series.
Really?
Yes, against the Pacers. Yeah, I do. Wow. I think you're right. I think on paper, like I said, because I didn't want the Pacers this year because I felt like they were a year ahead of where we are experience-wise and just having that experience. But the Pacers, I think it's just a matchup situation. I think the Bucks are going to give everything they have, and that's it. Because last year the Bucks felt like they should have beat the Pacers anyway. When Giannis got hurt in Game 1, they won Game 1. The Bucks did when Giannis went down, and then the Pacers won the series. They're getting Dame back before the playoffs, so that's going to be another thing. You have Dame back, hopefully healthy. You got Giannis. You still got Brook Lopez. You got the championship pedigree. You got Portis and KPJ, who I never thought I would say. Kevin Porter Jr., bro, is the perfect fit for that team on both sides of the ball. The way he's playing right now, I think he could be the X factor in that series for them, for sure.
So I didn't see that report that Dame was coming back for the playoffs. So that changes my mind then if he comes to the playoffs. But
okay, yeah. Doc Rivers said he said his numbers look phenomenal. He's way ahead of schedule, and he should be back in time for the playoffs. So we'll keep an eye on that. But that's what I heard. But if he comes back and you got those other guys and you got that chip and that championship experience, I think that's gonna 6-7 games. I think they beat the Pacers.
Something else.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's my take on that. You guys let us know what you think about that. But one more thing we're going to get to, and then we are going to call it a night. So, King, I'm going to pull up this last graphic, and we can talk about it. So, today, guys, there was a there's a Pistons update about Jaden Ivey, right? And I'm just going to read it off the screen for you guys. Detroit Pistons guard Jaden Ivey medical update. Pistons guard Jaden Ivey continues to make progress in his recovery from a broken left fibula, which he suffered on January 1st against Orlando. Man, what a way to bring in a new year. Cole Anthony, goodness gracious. He has been cleared for basketball activity and will now enter the beginning phase of a reconditioning progression along with a continued progression of court work. Ivey's status will be updated in another 2 weeks. So first things first, shout out to J.I. for progressing well. Always good to see that with our guy. Good to see that he is progressing, whether he plays or not. It's just good to see him progressing and getting healthy for whenever he comes back. Do you have any initial thoughts or any reaction to the medical update or anything like that?
Shout out to his healing factor. I'll tell you that.
Right.
But we all know he's a workhorse. He's a dog, man. So, and if anybody can recover and try to make it back for playoffs, is he's one of those type of players. We just said this about Hutch, right? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If anybody can, he can. And it's a leg break. It was a clean break, obviously, which made it a little bit easier to recover from, and shortens the time for you. Obviously, it's usually 4 to 6 months, but you hovering right around that 4-month period where that's where you get this report from. So I mean, it's a broken leg. It's not an ACL. If he feels like he can make it back in time, then do that. But just don't rush yourself. His body's going to tell him what he feels, and he's going to do that. So we'll see. Yeah,
man. I kind of want to get a few things out about this because I saw a lot of people on Twitter that were excited, projecting all these different things, and it's I get it because he's such an exciting player for this basketball team. But I want to talk about the reality of how this thing kind of goes a little bit. So I know that everybody's trying to do the math, right? On 2 weeks from today, when will that be? Could he be back for game 3 or 4 of the first, second round if we get there? I just want to encourage everybody to pump the brakes a little bit when it comes to just him jumping back in and playing basketball, meaningful basketball in the playoffs for the first time in his career. He's been off for 3 months, right? Being healed and being healthy are 2 totally different things, bro. And you know this, or I know you know this, but first off, mentally, you got to have the confidence in your body after you heal. Like when you suffer a devastating injury like that, like he did, like I had before on the lower level, when you're off your feet like that, bro, it affects your conditioning. That's tied to everything else. And that's kind of partially what the recovery period is for. You know what I'm saying? Working out in the gym, working out in practice, getting shots up, that's not the same as playing NBA basketball. Especially playoff basketball, right? So these playoffs are going to be the first time for all of our young guys. So it's going to be an adjustment in itself. Just that part of it is adapting to that. But on top of that, the Pistons were forced to play a little bit differently with him out. And so they were able to adjust and kind of get a rhythm without him, right? So him fully healthy in the basketball rhythm, obviously is going to take this team to another level. That's not what I'm saying. His teammates, they also have to find that rhythm with him. And I think that's what people are kind of missing. That's something that's hard to do in a short period of time with the playoffs a few weeks away, less than 2 weeks away. So I say all that to say that if all those boxes for him are checked off, and for the team are checked off in short order, and he's not in any danger of causing further harm to himself or long term whatever, then I think the Pistons will be the Knicks in the playoffs. But that's a lot to ask. That's all I'm saying. Just make sure that you're not just banking on him coming back. Not to say that he won't come back, but if he just don't bank on it, because I wouldn't be upset if he didn't, because I'm confident the Pistons are going to be back next year. They're not going nowhere. This is just the beginning of what's to come for years. So I'm not really in a rush, and I don't want anybody to get their hopes up. You know what I'm saying? Thinking that since this report came out, this automatically means he's going to be healthy fully. He's going to be ready. He's going to be in condition. He's going to be prime J.I. that we saw when he went down. Like, it's not a video game. You got to just be patient and allow for that process to really run its course, if it's now or next season.
If he has any realistic chance to return, it's most likely going to be in a later series. The Pistons will have to advance. It's not going to be in the first series. Omari from the Detroit Free Press already reported that. That's not going to happen. It's not back in the first series. So it had to be somewhere mid to late second series, or possibly even the third series if we go that far. So just keep that.
Just don't get your hopes up. Right. Yeah. That's all I wanted to say, because it was a ton of discourse today about what it would look like and who he would guard and who would guard him, and it's just like, man, it's just let's just see how it plays out. Keith Lee, appreciate you, bro. Says treat Jaden Ivey like Amari Stoudemire back in 2005. Don't rush him back. Right. And you see what happened when they didn't. Yep. You know what I mean? He was a dominant player. Well, I think his ACL, was it? I think he tore his ACL, right? And they didn't rush him back. He took his time and got back and was pretty close, if not the same athlete that he was when he went down. Like, even with the Knicks, he was ball, like MVP level. Amari Stoudemire at that level. So yeah, let him take his time.
My thing is more based on the chemistry. I'm not really concerned about him re-injuring a broke leg. That's not how it works. It's not an ACL, like I said before. It's more about the chemistry thing. Is he going to be ready to play? Is he going to be at a stage where he can go out there and be impactful on the floor? That's what I'm more worried about. The injury is healed. It's healed. The injury's healed. Broke legs, healed. That's just how it goes. The bone is stronger. It's actually stronger when it heals. When it heals. Broken. Right. So re-breaking the leg, it would be a complete freak accident, and it would literally be something that would break your leg, obviously, the first time. Right. It's something that he's going to re-injure. That's not how this injury works. Right. You know what I'm saying? So those are the concerns I got about it.
Yeah. And I'm with you on that, because it's like, as far as just the chemistry part, you know what I'm saying? It's like, we talked about it before. Like, when J.I. went down, from the time he went down to now, a lot of these young guys have gotten better. Yeah. They've shown they can do more. JD has been transformative in his game from January to now. Cade has become an all-star. His turnovers have come way down. We've seen the game slow way down for him since, you know what I mean? So I think J.I. is going to have to kind of get used to this new version, in a sense, of these guys, and kind of making sure, finding how he fits with these new JB Bickerstaff coached up players, and seeing these guys grow. So I think that's, like you said, the chemistry part, that takes time to get back. So if all those things go right, sure, absolutely. Yeah, let's get him on the court. You know, if he can help the team. But like somebody said in the comments, even him just being with the team like he is now gives him a boost. Yeah. I definitely think that's the case. Just having your guy with you. So that's all I want to say about J.I. I just wanted to get that out there. Huge report for a lot of people going crazy about it. But yeah, and be well. He needs this too. He needs this too. He needs to be with the team. This is still a playoff run for him. I know he's not playing right now, but just getting the feel, being with the guys, traveling with the guys, having those conversations with the guys, right? All that is part of it. So next year, no matter how this year ends, he can still in some way, shape, or form say, we can look back at last year and learn from it. You know what I mean? So, and then getting a chance to watch from the bench, I think may be a blessing in disguise too. Being able to sit with coach, the sideline, and just see how the game looks from that POV, and then being able to apply that to the game for the entire game, not just for stretches, right? I think that's going to be something that helps him too, long term. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's all I got. Anybody else see anything in this game? Make sure you guys drop it in the comments after this show is over. But with that, we want to say thank you to everybody who has shown up for the King and Deuce show. As always, we will be back tomorrow night, or at least I will. I think King, you will. So I want to speak for you, but what you got?
Hold that thought, man. I want to take a quick set, 20 seconds real quick.
Yeah.
Do some advertisement.
Oh yeah, we got to get that in. Yeah, do that.
Make sure you go and get you one. They're in stores right now. Toys R Us.
Is that T Grizzly? Bro, he got his own merch now. Everything Grizz. Okay, I gotta go get that. Bro. That's fire.
No, but seriously though, this thing has been going on ChatGPT, man. It's not real, but I just thought it was hilarious.
That's hilarious.
But on a serious note, I created another new T-shirt, and this T-shirt is based off the slogan from Slam Magazine, and obviously the New City Edition. Colors is 313 against the world, and on the back of it, you got Motown 313. This is available. It'll be down in the locker at the bottom of my YouTube videos, and also if you want to just click the link in the description after this video is over, then you can go there and find these T-shirts. So that's all I got.
There it is, man. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all go and do that. So yeah, man, we can end it there. We want to thank everybody for showing up and showing out. The Pistons play the Bucks tomorrow night. The last 2 games of the season, man. Last 2 games of the year. This year has flown right by us. Time flies when you are having fun.
Quickly.
Have wings for sure. So yeah, we'll be back tomorrow night. Hopefully, the Pistons don't show too much of their hands in these remaining 2 games. What they're gonna do, but we'll be here tomorrow night and we'll go from there. And as always, we want to thank you guys for showing your support. You guys are always down for the cause, and we are down for you guys as well. So with that, we will say good night. We will catch you guys on the flip. See you tomorrow. Detroit versus everybody. Peace.
All the dirty work, all dog. I'ma dive on the floor, go try to block every shot, and I'ma be physical with you the whole game. You know Stu gonna be physical with you. When you think of the Pistons, you think it's just hard work and just gritty basketball. That's just the identity you gotta have when you put on that jersey.
I'm not your average breed of canine. Not a good dog, I'm bad boy for life. I set the tone, don't care about no tick. Let it be known, I get my respect. Come in the lane and see I don't bluff. If you retaliate, that's on ya. Talking pundits, I hear your shade. Talking that shop, you must want this way. Tryna tell ya, if the dog palm, mess around, find out, yeah. Tryna tell ya, if the dog palm, mess around, find out, yeah. For some barbecue sauce, boy, you better cough a hill, cause I'm like that. When you're ready for some barbecue sauce, boy, you better cough a hill, cause I'm like that.